doubt that Chelsea are having quite the season, but something that many people have said that they might want to do is strengthen their squad, or at least add some backups, because Stevie, those injuries will come. Well, we have a couple of names here. I want your take to see if they would make a good fit as backups for a number of positions at Chelsea. Let's start up with Fernando Llorente.
Absolutely, and I think that's what he would be. I think Swansea will go down, which means that he will be available, Llorente. If Costa stays, he's a great backup. If Costa goes, then they have to get a top-class striker.
Which isn't him.
Which isn't him, but again, he's a great backup. I see this as a sensible move from Chelsea, and I see it as one that will work.
Alvaro Morata, he's been linked with a couple of different clubs. Do you see him fitting in at Chelsea as a possible backup?
No. As a backup, no. This guy needs to go somewhere and play. He's had his fill of being a backup. If Costa does go, then I think he's the ready-made replacement. He has some pace, he holds it up well, he can score. So if Costa goes, I think this is a hit, and I think he goes with Llorente as well. Llorente would be Morata's backup. I can see this happening.
Alexis Sanchez, now this is a big one because we know Arsenal need to hang on to him, but Chelsea, if they come knocking and he wants titles, which we know he does want, he definitely would not be a backup in my opinion. He's your main man.
If I'm a Chelsea supporter, I'm salivating at this.
Oh yes.
I mean, imagine adding him to an already talented forward line. You know, you can have him instead of Willian, you could have him instead of Pedro. You've got Hazard on the other side, along with Costa if he stays.
Someone's got to go there, though.
Is it going to happen, though? I'd have to say I don't think it'll happen. It would be fantastic for Chelsea. I think this is a miss. I don't see Arsenal letting him go to Chelsea.
All right. Well, speaking of salivating, I'm quite a fan of Raja Nainggolan. Would you be a fan of him at Chelsea?
And me too, yes. I think it would be perfect alongside Kante. I'm not so sure Roma are desperate to let him go. They're trying to take that extra step to fight Juventus for the title of Serie A. I don't think they're going to let him go. If they let him go, then Chelsea would be absolutely perfect for him. Matic, I think, we've seen the best of him. Yes. So, would be a great signing. Is it going to happen? I'm sorry.
Another miss for you. Well, speaking of Juventus, we've got a pair here at Juve. Stefan Lichtsteiner, do you see him fitting in there?
Again, he would fit in. He would not be a starter. 33 years of age. It's asking a lot to play in a five up and down the right-hand side. He would be. So, would be a great squad filler. Wouldn't be a starter. I don't think it's going to happen because he's 33 years old, so I'm sorry. This one's a miss as well.
Another miss. What about this one? A squad filler, Leonardo Bonucci. That, to me, is quite a big name to have sitting on your bench there as a filler.
He's not a squad filler.
Exactly.
You know, John Terry's going to be leaving. I think Gary Cahill, as great as he's been for Chelsea, is coming to the end of his time there as well. This is absolutely the signing that Chelsea, I think, desperately need this summer. I think this happens. If it's a question of money, Chelsea's got it. Will Juventus let him go? I'm not so sure, but I still think that it may happen. I'm going to call this one a hit.
All right, go for it, Stevie. So 3 hits and 3 misses. Thank you so much to Stevie Nicol. We'll see if Antonio Conte does indeed take your advice at the end of the season. To talk Arsenal, because everyone's talking about Arsenal. Finally, they bounced back with a win in the Premier League after that embarrassing defeat to Crystal Palace. Stevie Nicol is joining me. And Stevie, it all came down to a sneaky little move by Arsene Wenger with 3 at the back for the first time. However, he does say that this isn't a permanent solution. Do you think it should be?
Not on this performance. They did win the game. They did get 3 points, but this was far from a convincing victory and a convincing performance. Going forward, the 3 and the 5 and the 2 pretty much going forward didn't create an awful lot. You know, this wasn't a performance where they made tons of chances and just didn't take them. There wasn't that many chances. And defensively, I didn't think it looked that secure. You know, they're playing against a side in Middlesbrough who have to be the worst attacking Premier League side in a long, long time. So they weren't exactly under a huge amount of pressure, but when they were, I don't think they handled it well. You know, Holding, for me, on the left-hand side, looked a little cumbersome. Gabriel on the right looked horrendous. And Koscielny was Koscielny. You know, he's solid as the day's long. So, is this the answer for Arsenal's problems? I'm not so sure.
Well, Martin Keown came out and said that he agrees that it's not a permanent solution because this kind of formation is not something that you adapt to overnight. But given the squad players that Arsene Wenger does have, and provided that he still is there come next season or the season after, do you think he should take the time to try and perfect this, to at least have it as a backup when things start to go wrong?
Do you know what? For me, it's about what players you have. If he wants to try and play or try and do a Chelsea and stick with a 3-5-2, say, then you have to bring in the players that can do that.
So the ones now are just not cutting it for you.
Listen, Holding and Gabriel playing outside of Koscielny, they're not athletic enough to play in a 3, I don't think. When they get dragged out wide, they're completely lost. The answer is no.
Forget about it. Well, we do know that Arsene Wenger likes some pretty flowing football, so that's probably why he's not sticking with this. But for the meantime, it did work. We'll see how long it does work for, though. Stevie Nicol joining me, and he is the perfect man for this discussion because we're talking Liverpool, Stevie, and probably some news you and other Liverpool supporters might want to hear. Jurgen Klopp says that he's not a club hopper, meaning that he could possibly retire his managerial career at Liverpool. Is this something you want to hear, Stevie?
I think that would be fantastic because, listen, Klopp's still in his 40s. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of years left. If he stays at Liverpool for the rest of his career, that means that Liverpool will be successful because the owners will want him to stay there. So, yes, it is good news.
Does it really
Do I
mean...
believe it's going to happen? No, I don't.
Why not? He says it himself, and we know Jurgen Klopp. He spent 7 years at Mainz, 7 years at Dortmund, just starting his tenure at Liverpool.
Hold on. He's talking about finishing his career there.
Exactly.
I'm sure maybe he does stay 7 years. I said that'd be great, but he's not finished his career there. How many times have you heard coaches and players saying, "Oh, I'd love to end my career here, where I am. I love it here"? How many times does it happen?
But Klopp is a different man. He's a long-term relationship kind of man.
This is not his last club. Put your bottom dollar on it. He will have another club. I hope it's not for a long, long time, because as I said, that means Liverpool would be successful.
I have no idea, but here are some of his stats. Of course, you see all the times that he spent at Mainz and at Dortmund. So I'm going to disagree with Stevie and think that he could possibly stay there for long.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not...
It's all just full of balloons.
I'm not saying he's not there for a long period. I'm just saying this is not his
Not
last
for the
club.
rest of...
No.
Do you see him going back to Germany?
It doesn't mean he's a club hopper. I'm just saying this is not his last club. So don't fall for that stuff.
Why does him staying at Liverpool automatically mean success for Liverpool, though?
Well, because...
he could be having an Arsene Wenger at some point in time.
Because at Liverpool, you have to win trophies at some stage. It's one thing to say that, oh, we're having a project, which he has said about right now.
Yes.
There will come a time when you have to produce. And if he's going to be here for another 7, or at Liverpool for another 7 years, let's say, that means he will be producing. Otherwise, he won't be there, and he'll be at his next club.
Which you have picked him to do. All right, thank you so much, Stevie Nicol. So he's hoping Jurgen Klopp can stay there, but for now, he's not believing that the Reds will be his last club.
Fantastic, great player, I think he made a great decision, because nowadays, to play for the for England, it's tough. You have so many great talents playing there. In the competition is really, really tight, and for Wilfried Zaha to play for Ivory Coast, it's gonna be, the next Drogba, and that's what he's doing right now, and he's doing amazing. He's playing great. We have players around him like Masquerade, other players. Maybe if Yaya come back for the national team, and I think that can bring Ivory Coast to the next level. Definitely. But I think he done a great choice. Play for Ivory Coast is fantastic. We are really happy. I know, in England people are not really happy, but for Ivory Coast is one of the best things who happened for our country to have him in our national team.
Some big selections then for our team of Nicol, Mariner, Marcotti to make this weekend to bring you the team of the Premier League weekend. Let's take a look at Jesus Navas at right back. Who would have thought we'd ever see it, Steve?
Honestly, I couldn't believe it. He actually did well defensively. And I saw him crossing a ball to one of his own players as well. Amazing.
Are all your picks in, Stephen?
Pretty much most. I didn't have Rashford, to be honest. I had Benteke in. But I don't have a problem with Rashford in.
Why would you have Benteke over
Well, because he
Rashford?
absolutely dominated the defending Premier League champions at the weekend. Winning challenges, playing off them, scoring against them. So, but I don't mind Rashford. Herrera, yes. Company, I had Jagielka. I didn't have Baines.
You have Mourinho?
Did you have Moreno?
I certainly did not have Moreno from Liverpool.
Do you have Mourinho?
I tell you what, I did not have Jose Mourinho.
Why?
Because he didn't pick the side that went out today. He didn't pick that side thinking that they're going to dominate Chelsea and win. He completely gave up on the game. He wasn't even trying to win the game. He was trying to just maybe get something out of it. So don't
was
tell
saying
me
what
he's
a
a
genius he
genius.
was.
No, why? He's a genius.
Wow. Gab, did you have Mourinho?
I did have Mourinho, and it's interesting because from one manager, Steve Nicol, to another, Jose Mourinho, somebody is clearly telling porkers here because Mourinho came out and he said that actually this was the exact same game plan that they used in the FA Cup, and that was working perfectly, and they would have definitely won that game if Ander Herrera hadn't been sent off. So he actually said that this was the best lineup that gave them the best possible chance to win this game.
Oh, and you believe everything he tells you? Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Out of interest, which manager did you have?
I didn't have one.
You didn't put a manager in?
No, I just said, don't put Mourinho in.
So you just send them out.
The vote was just anti-Mourinho.
Well, actually, it was Tom. He thought I was kidding. When I said, don't put Mourinho in, he goes, okay, who then? I said, no, I don't have one, but don't put Mourinho in.
So you're saying Mourinho was lucky?
Yes.